Jasmine here from Redwood Financial. I'm one of the estate planning advisors at the practice. And firstly, I want to say thank you for booking your complimentary will review meeting with us. I'd just like to take a few minutes in this video just to tell you what to expect from your complimentary review meeting. Firstly, we know that over the years, with relationship changes, financial changes, as well as changes in government legislation, your will can become out of date, and many of you may have concerns that your will no longer accurately reflects your wishes. We also know, however, that wills can do so much more than simply distribute one's assets after they've died. But invariably, these conversations are not being had, and no one is explaining that to you at the point that you made your will. It's very common that we hear from our clients that when they first made their will with a solicitor or will writer of their choice, the conversation was quite simple. What do you want to have happen when you die? In the case of a family, the most common answer is, I'd like to leave everything to my spouse or partner, and when we've both died, we'd like everything to go to our children. That seems like a perfectly reasonable request. And it's no surprise that when we have those conversations, that is the simplistic will that most people end up with in the UK. One that simply leaves everything to each other and then down to the children. And whilst there's nothing legally wrong with that, a will can do so much more to protect your assets if the right conversations were being had with you at the start when you made your will. Many people don't realise that actually, when properly drafted, a will can help protect your wealth from being attacked to pay for things like inheritance tax, care fees, or even in the event of divorces and relationship breakdowns of your beneficiaries, as well as protecting the family wealth against things like bankruptcy. A will, when it's implemented properly, makes sure that the right money goes to the right people at the right time, but it also stays in that family bloodline. Invariably, however, this is not the conversation and the experience that most people have when it comes to making a will, and that's why most people don't have that kind of protection in place. The purpose, therefore, of the complimentary review meeting is to do several things. Firstly, it is to review all of your existing legal documents. That could be your wills, lasting powers of attorney, or any other legal documents you want to send to us. We can review them to check that they are valid and have been drafted correctly. We can also highlight if there should be any changes made based on changes in government legislation. We can also then check with you that they accurately reflect your wishes, but we can also point out any pitfalls within your will that have left your estate exposed to perhaps being contested after you've died, or exposed to being attacked, as we said, for things like inheritance tax, care fees, divorce, and relationship breakdowns. At the end of that meeting, you will know if your will and other estate planning documents accurately reflect your wishes and do not need to be changed based on current legislation. If that's the case, then that's great, you've got that peace of mind. If, however, one of our qualified estate planning advisors feels that there are things that could be done to improve your wills and the protection of your family's wealth, then they will advise you as to what changes possibly could be considered to be made. It will then be your choice as to whether or not you wish to engage with our firm and ask us at Redwood to help you, or whether you would like to take that information and advice and implement these changes to your will with another firm or yourself. The meeting is completely free of charge and of any obligation. The meeting will typically last around 30 minutes with one of our qualified estate planning advisors. And during that time, they will ask you questions about your family, your wishes and what you want to have happen, so they can really understand what your wishes are and if your will and existing legal documents marry up and accurately achieve what you want to achieve. At the end of that meeting, you will then either be able to move forward with us and we will implement those changes for you, or, as I say, we will get rid of your data and you will be able to go and implement those changes with any other firm that you wish to engage. Now, for more information ahead of your complimentary will review meeting, we run free webinars on wills, trusts and estate planning, which dive into this area in much more detail. So for those of you that would like to learn more about how your will can protect your wealth from things like inheritance tax, care fees, relationship breakdowns and divorce, I would highly recommend that you spend 45 minutes watching our free webinar on this subject matter, the link to which will be contained in the email sending you this video. In the meantime, though, we look forward to welcoming you and meeting with you at your complimentary will review meeting. If you do have any questions at all before your meeting, though, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you, and we look forward to meeting you soon.